We're live with Lunch Break Live. Take it away, Lissa.
All right, today we are going to be making a creamy Greek salad. This is lunch for two people, for me and my husband, so I thought I'd share with you guys. We're going to start with the salad dressing. This is what I call, again, creamy Greek. We're going to start off with some dates. So I have 6 medjool dates that I'm going to add to the blender. I have a small slice of red onion. I like a lot of garlic, so I've got about 4 cloves of wild garlic. And for the omega part, we have some chia seeds. So I'm going to put those chia seeds in here. And then, of course, we need some lemon juice. So we'll just slice these lemons and juice them to add to our dressing. I really like these little jars with the reamer on the top. So all the juice just goes right into the jar. Now I'm juicing 2 lemons. If you find that that might be a little bit too much lemon juice, you could always just do 1 as well and just add more water. Here we go. Then all we do is add that to the blender. We are also going to add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of miso paste. This is an organic, low sodium miso paste, and we really enjoy having miso in our salad dressings. So we're going to do about a tablespoon. A little sticky there. Then we also want to add 1 cup or a little more of cucumber, fresh cucumber. And we're going to add a little bit of hemp seeds as well. This is 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds. And then for some of the spice, we've got 1 teaspoon of onion powder. And in this little one, we've got 1/8 of a teaspoon of sage, 1/8 of a teaspoon of rosemary, 1/8 of a teaspoon of mustard powder, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So we'll add those in there. Now, the final 2 ingredients, the oregano and the fresh basil, we're going to add these after we've fully blended. The reason being is that if we add these in the beginning, sometimes it gets a little bit bitter as we blend. So I like to add it last and then just pulse it for about 3 seconds. So we'll leave those out for right now, but we're going to add some water. Now I like to do about 1.5 cups or more. It depends on how runny you want your salad. If you like it thick, then add less water. We are also using a vacuum blender. So this is a Vitamix base, and we have the BioChef attachment. This jug, the lid, and the vacuum we got from BioChef, and it creates a vacuum so that when we blend, we're not blending air into our dressing. And the dressing comes out way more creamy, way more delicious. And all you have to do is turn it on, and it sucks the air out of the blender jug so that you can blend without the air. So we're going to let that happen, and it takes about 20 seconds. These are the bowls that we are going to use for our salads. My husband and I each eat 1 of these for lunch and 1 of these for dinner. So that's going to be our salad, and we'll get chopping as soon as we blend this up. But we just have to wait for it to finish. And then we can add our fresh basil and oregano after we've blended. Now for the salad, I've also pre-chopped some purple daikon and some white radish. And I've also pre-chopped some sunchoke. So that's the sunchoke here, the Jerusalem artichoke. I just have this out to show you. But that I have chopped here as well. And you can see all of the air being sucked out of our dressing here. And there, it's ready to go. So we are going to blend. I like to start slow and then add a little bit of speed until it's nice and creamy. So let's go. All right, once that's blended, we just release the air and take the lid off. It's a little intense because it's been under vacuum. So once you get the lid off, then we're going to add our fresh basil and our dried oregano, about a tablespoon of dried oregano. I'm gonna add just a little bit of extra water and not using the vacuum this time. I'm just gonna pulse this in for about 3 seconds. Just like that. Nice and easy. So that is our raw vegan omega Greek dressing. So we're gonna put that to the side and build our salad. So first up, we wanna do the lettuce. So I like romaine. Actually, let's put these up here for you guys. Just like so. There we go. Okay, so I have a bunch of mini romaine hearts. So these aren't typically what we use, but we bought these from Costco, and there's some little ones that we've been eating off of. So I'm going to use all of these to build the base of our salad. So I'll just chop these up.
Again, welcome to Lunch Break Live. We are here with Lissa. We have a question. Wondering again if you can repeat, why did you vacuum out the air from the salad dressing? Back to you, Lissa.
Yeah, so the vacuum blender is really cool to lower the amount of oxidation that happens during the blending process. So when you're blending air into your smoothie, into your sauce, into whatever you're blending, and this creates an environment to have oxidation happen. So in order to slow the oxidation process, we use a vacuum blender. It also is incredible how the flavor changes when you use a vacuum blender. I never want to blend without the vacuum because the flavor is just incredible. It's so delicious compared, and we've done comparison too. This is our older jug, and we'll use this one if we're making like nice cream or something where we need to use the tamper. But everything else, our smoothies, our sauces, our raw soup bases, we all make them in the vacuum blender because it just tastes better. Plus, the texture is amazing. You don't get all those little tiny air bubbles. I mean, you do get a little bit, but it's way, 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 way less, and absolutely delicious. The color is different as well. We've done tests side by side with like a berry-based smoothie, and the one that's vacuum blended is way deeper in color, and the other one is a little bit more pale. It's incredible the difference that it makes when you use the vacuum blender. So it's our kind of our new toy. We got it about 6 months ago, and we are so happy that we switched to vacuum blending.
Wow. Now you have been a raw vegan for 7 years. This is incredible, y'all. She just hit 100K on her Instagram. Head over there and find out how you can get more raw in your life. Raw food romance. I put that in the chat, but tell us, how did you do it? Take it away.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I've been raw now for over 7 years. And when I originally found out about this lifestyle, I wanted to fix some things that were irritating me. Like I had heart flutters, I had adult cystic acne, I was almost 200 pounds. My joints hurt, my hormones were irregular, I had really low mood, I had gut dysbiosis and candida problems. I was just sick every 2 months with something. So I needed to make a change, and I hadn't been vegan before. So when I discovered it in 2004, it took about 10 years before I really understood that on a raw diet, you have to eat enough and you have to eat a wide variety of foods. So I made the switch in 2014 when I was 34, and here I am, 42. I lost the weight, I cleared up my cystic acne. I feel so vibrant and alive, and I enjoy eating this way. No, not everybody might want to eat all raw, but it's all about eating more raw. So adding more raw to your meals is where it's at. But yeah, it's been 7.5 years and going strong.
Love it. And Star Vegan Love wrote, awesome. She's been raw for almost 6 months now, 10 years vegan. Oh my goodness. Okay, back to the recipe. Over to you. Take it away.
All right, so we've got radicchio. I really love, like I mentioned, adding variety. So I try to get as much variety as possible as we can in our salads, given whatever ingredients that we have. So we're going to be adding endive, which is really awesome for the gut microbiome, and the radicchio. So just chop these really quick and add them. And the more color, the better as well. I love getting as much color as possible into our salads. So here's some, just kind of mix that around for both of us. And you can add anything you want to the salad. There's no rules. Just add as much variety as you can. We'll chop up this endive.
And what about some of the additional recipes like a lasagna, or if someone really enjoys like a burrito? How do you work around all of that? And is that available in your ebooks? Take it away.
Yes, actually, we have a lot of really fun, unique recipes. I wrote just last year a book called The Burger Book, where you can make 60 different raw vegan burgers. There's sauces and toppings and all kinds of fun stuff in there. And you just use your dehydrator to dehydrate the burger patty, and then you just make all the toppings and have a great meal. I also do, Nate and I really love our quiche style recipe where we make little quiche cakes. It's just young coconut with some marinated veggies in the dehydrator. So delicious. We also make like cauliflower wings and marinara on zucchini noodles or cucumber noodles. There's like raw soups. I actually have a raw soup ebook, which is one of my favorite ebooks as well. So we even have a recipe for what I call it ginger belief, where it's like ginger beef, but instead we're using frozen and then thawed cauliflower that's been breaded in almond flour and dehydrated with a sauce. So we can add that to like a bowl of veggies with some cucumber noodles, and it is so delicious. So definitely a lot of options out there, and I absolutely love playing around with different recipes. So there's always something new coming around.
This is amazing. That all sounds so delicious, says Star. Okay, Betty Ann Cornwell wants to know the truth here for you. Do you miss warm food?
Oh, good question. You know, it's been so long that I honestly don't miss it. I don't crave it. I don't want it. But I also make sure that I eat enough. And a lot of our food, most of our food, is at room temperature. So we don't use like freezing cold ingredients. We don't make an ice cold salad with an ice cold dressing because it's just not as enjoyable. We like to have everything at room temperature or close to. So, and then when we make our warm soups, the magic raw vegan temperature is about 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you run your blender for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, it warms up slightly. So it's not like hot, but it's not cold. So it's a really nice temperature where you can use that to make a raw soup if you want. So, and again, it's not about being pure and perfect because you feel like you have to be. It's like we just enjoy the raw food so much that we don't think about having the cooked things. So yeah, I don't really miss it. I have way more fun creating raw versions of stuff. So it kind of balances it out.
Okay, now what did you just put in, and tell us the different layers that are already in the bowl? Take it away.
So I'm putting in right now some cucumber that I've coined up here. And so the first layer was romaine lettuce. The second layer was radicchio. The third layer was endive. And now we are adding the cucumber. And I know this looks like a lot of food, but it's so easy to digest, and we have to eat a lot more to get the adequate nutrition that we need without restricting ourselves. Because I am not into the restriction. I want to make sure that I get enough and a wide variety. So next up, let's do the radish. So again, I've got some purple daikon and some white radish. So I cut them up so it was easier for the show. But we're just gonna put those in here in the salad. I love having different kinds of radishes. We have some pink radishes in the fridge and just so many different plant varieties that we can eat. There's so many.
And Tom says he loves raw vegan desserts. He says they're the best, and he is inviting you back on if you wanted to create a raw vegan dessert. We would absolutely love to have you back. So she's a pretty busy lady, but what do you have next over there? Take it away.
Oh, I would love to join to do a raw vegan dessert. We could make maybe some banana pancakes or something really fun like that. That would be really fun. Next up, we're doing an orange bell pepper. You could use a red or a yellow or whatever. We're just gonna chop this roughly and then add them. There we go.
I'm sorry. What did you call that? What is it?
It's an orange bell pepper.
Oh, okay. Okay. Amazing. Okay, great. Gotta love this. Wow. Okay, now I want to let you know, everybody, there is a special that is being run, and I put the info in here. Lissa has multiple ebooks available, and it's right here with a 40% off code for everyone watching here. Raw Food 40. So you can type that in and get some delicious recipes and more right there. So yeah, head over there. All right, back to you.
Yeah, so yeah, Raw Food 40 gets you 40% off any or all of my ebooks, including that burger book and the soup book. And I have 3 meal plans, all kinds of goodies. We're gonna add this bell pepper to add some beautiful color to our salads here. And next up, let's do the tomatoes. So I've got 4 just regular tomatoes. I personally prefer heirloom tomatoes, but they've been kind of hard to find here in Vegas unless we go to a market. But yeah, these are just regular tomatoes, and we're gonna chop these up to add.
Now, are you saying that you get most of your food from farmers markets?
No, we don't eat all organic. We do buy a lot of organic, but it's not, it's just because it's really hard to find the variety in organic, and it's also really expensive. So we do try to get as much organic as we can, but we just shop wherever there's really good sales. Like these Sunchokes, we can only get them at 2 places in the city. So we go to this little Asian market, which is awesome. I like to support them, and we'll buy our Sunchokes from them. But yeah, we kind of go to about 5 or 6 different stores just because we like to shop for a deal. So
well, we can definitely see some fruits on your back counter, on your front counter. We can see things just bursting with color, eating the rainbow. Look at this, everybody. Wow. So exciting. And that dressing just looks amazing. You're going to be able to find this recipe plus thousands of others on UnChainedTV. Back to you, Lissa.
Awesome. Yes, we've got our Sunchokes next. So I just chopped these up really fast before the show, and we're going to put those just on top of our salad here, just sprinkled. It's really good for the gut microbiome prebiotics in there are really good. We're also going to be adding lentil sprouts. So we have these lentil sprouts. We think that lentils and mung beans are really good for a healthy vegan diet. So we like to sprout them. These we sprouted ourselves. So I'm going to add those on top of our salad as well. And then we also grow our own microgreens. So these are the harvested microgreens that we have, some radish, and we've got some pea microgreens as well. Whoa, my husband just brought a tray in. Look at that. This is our pea microgreens that are pretty much ready to harvest. And we will eat, how long do you think it'll take us to eat this tray? 3 days? Yeah, between the two of us, we could eat this whole tray in about 3 days. So we do have a lot of microgreens. And I have some here that we're gonna add to our salad. So we'll just put those on top of our salad here. And then we've got two more things. We've got our radish microgreens. We've got our purple radish and our regular radish. So we'll add those here. And our green radish, because we love our microgreens. Got to get as many of those as we can in. And last but not least, red onion, because you can't have a salad without red onion. So I'm going to chop some of this up.
Okay, we have a question about how else do you utilize your sprouts? Do you juice them? And yes, also Betty Ann, 2 questions here. How many servings in one bowl?
Oh, each bowl. This is my lunch and this is my husband's lunch, and we'll do it again at dinner time. So it does seem like a lot, but again, like I said, we have to make sure that we eat enough and we enjoy it. The dressing is delicious, so it's pretty easy for us to eat all of that. And as for the microgreens question, we do add them to smoothies. We add them to our salads, obviously, wraps, sushi. We've even put it in ice cream before. So even if you just use a little bit, you can't really tell that they're in there, but we do use them pretty often, mostly in just salads and wraps.
Wow. Now you also mentioned a dehydrator earlier, and what kinds of things do you, cook up in there?
We do burgers, for raw vegan burgers for the most part. We also make our quiche in the dehydrator, but the main reason that we use our dehydrator is to marinate veggies. So we have another recipe that we've been making a lot lately. We call it the Microbiome Masala, where basically we just take a bunch of veggies, some of them frozen like cauliflower or celery because they're harder. So we'll freeze those overnight, and then in the morning, we'll just put our broccoli or cauliflower or onions and mushroom slices, bell peppers, anything we want to add to this. We'll mix it with a sauce, and you could use any sauce. You could even use this sauce if you wanted to, but we'll make kind of like a barbecue style date-based sauce, and we'll mix it with that. And then we just let it sit in the dehydrator for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours just to marinate and soften. And then that's our lunch. It's so delicious. It's something that we love. We really like to marinate things in the dehydrator because it enhances the flavor and it softens the veggies a little bit. So it's super awesome.
Unbelievable. Would you look at these gorgeous salads? Wow. Now, look at that. And the dressing on the side there. Oh my goodness, everybody. Wow, wow, and incredible. Now, anything else you want to share with us? It's up to you, and we'll take it to the end here. Take it away.
Cool. Yeah. So I would just like to leave with just take care of yourself. Our bodies are a priceless vehicle that we get to live this life in. And we get to experience everything that we're experiencing because we live in this body. So we need to take care of it. And again, don't need to be all raw or 100% raw or follow any dogma or anything like that. Just add more raw to your diet and eat bigger salads, add more veggies to your sandwiches or your stir fries. Just have like as much as possible and get that freshness the hydration, the fiber variety. It's so good for you. It's so good for your body. And I wanted to end with a dressing pour because why not, right? Let's do a little bit of dressing. Now, this dressing, my husband and I will split this entire container. We sometimes will make a double batch and then we'll have enough for the next day if we need to save time on food prep, which really helps. But this is for 2 people and we do a lot of dressing because we need a lot because we eat big salads. So we'll just drizzle this on here like that. So delicious. And I'll add more after pictures, obviously. But here we go. And then I also like to put a little bit of fennel seeds on top to get more, oh my gosh, this is so good. To get more good bacteria fiber. But I will add the rest of the dressing after we take pictures. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like.
Up close and personal with these delicious raw bowls. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on Lunch Break Live. We'll see you next time, and head over to our app and get all the free recipes as well as our website, UnchainedTV.com. Thanks again, everybody. We appreciate you. Bye.